What is going on, guys? DragonTamerBlayde here, back with some more Elder Scrolls Legends, and today we're going to be making another budget deck. So let's go ahead and clear out our old one. Last time we did Dominion. This time, let's see which one we're going to do first, and then I'll do my usual cutaway and decide what we're going to build. So, again, my goal with these budget decks is to kind of try and provide slightly different playstyles with each one. Within reason, obviously. So I think today we are going to go ahead and do Guildsworn. So I'll be right back in just a second with our first common and rare only Guildsworn deck list. We'll talk through things and we'll get some games going. I'll be right back in just a second, guys. Alrighty, guys, this is what we came up with. This is a more aggressive Guildsworn deck. There's also got a fairly decent amount of prophecies. I think we've got about a 1 in 5 chance of a prophecy. We've got a decent host of 1-drops. We've also got a little bit of expertise synergy as well, so if you want to play with the new cards, this is a good opportunity to do so. We've got Quartermaster, Firebolt, Scouting Patrol, Scimitar as our ones. All 4 of these potentially enable expertise plays. Quartermaster generates a dagger, which can trigger expertise. Firebolt, Scouting Patrol, and Scimitar all trigger expertise on their own. Scouting Patrol, Steel Scimitar, both get a solid board presence. Steel Scimitar pushes extra damage, just really good card. Ebon Thread Cloak. I like the idea of having Mobilize in a deck like this. Items can help us push more damage. Ebon Thread can protect our high value creatures. And also, if we don't have a creature, we can always just summon a creature using the Mobilize. Circle Initiate Prophecy, just a great way to push extra damage. Same thing with Fifth Legion Trainer. Fantastic way to push damage. Guildsworn Apprentice is the only tricolor card we can run. Plus, it's really good. Prophecy Guard and Draw card is all really solid. Guildsworn Wayfarer, card I'm interested to try out. It's just a 2-cost 2/2. With all of the early ways we have to trigger expertise, you can kind of hope that this card snowballs a bit and can kind of carry you. Orc Clan Captain, again, just pushes more damage. Vanguard has solid charge. You can almost use him as a removal spell. And he leaves behind a 4-cost 5/5, which we don't have a ton of great bodies in the mid-game, so a 4-cost 5/5 is really good. And Wardcrafter is great for setting up trades if we have to, or just keeping things alive. Covenant Plate is both a prophecy, an item, and it has Mobilize, so it covers a lot of the ticks that we need here. Also triggers expertise, so Covenant Plate is just a really good flexible card. Crusader's Assault will help us draw a lot. It's reach when you need it, helps you get through some guards. It's just a really good card. East March Crusader, again, aggressively statted, helps you draw extra, and there's not a ton of available draw to us. So you're really kind of counting on East March, Guildsworn Apprentice, and Crusader's Assault to, I don't want to say quite carry you, but be your kind of core draw. Fighters Guild Berserker we're trying out. It's aggressively statted like East March Crusader, but the 2 damage that we can push extra is hopefully really useful. I hope so. Raiding Party triggers expertise, generates some tokens. You can use them as removal. Using Fifth Legion Trainer or Clan Captain, you can push extra damage. Just a really good flexible card. Renowned Instructor, 3-cost 3/3 that could potentially get us a 1/1 every single turn. You're not going to have very many other good 3-drops other than this. And then Vanis's Scribe. We are playing 15 actions, but we're mostly just paying Vanis's Scribe for the body. Any reduction that he does is just bonus. Then we've got Ayla's Huntmate, 4-cost 3/3. Potentially can turn into a 4-cost 4/4, and the draw card is just an extra, not quite reliable way, but a bonus way to draw extra cards, which I think we're liking with a deck like this. Candlehearth Brawler is another way to charge and get some instant damage. The 5 health and guard helps protect some guys behind him. Just a good card and one of the better cards that we're going to have at this rarity level. Lightning Bolt pushes damage, triggers expertise. Just one of the best cards in the game. Not much to say about it. Mystic Dragon we're playing because he's stats on a stick and prophecy. And again, there's not much in the 4 to 5 cost range that we can really play in these colors. Guildsworn Cavalier. Since our deck is mostly comprised of 2 and 3 cost creatures, Guildsworn Cavalier can potentially get a whole bunch of buffs, and it triggers both lanes, not just one, is something to keep in mind. And then Guildsworn Oathman, we're playing all the colors. It's the biggest body we can responsibly play. And then you could get Forked Bolt, which can push extra damage. Improvised Weapon, which is reach and breakthrough. Yeah. I don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. I wanted to go with a slightly different playstyle than we saw in the Budget Dominion video. Budget Dominion was kind of a mid-rangey deck, a little bit of life gain, but mostly just mid-range there. This one we're going to go for slightly more aggressive prophecy deck that also kind of highlights the expertise mechanic a bit. So if you're looking to play A, Alliance War cards, and B, play with some of the Alliance War mechanics, this could be a good way for you to kind of step into that realm. Because like I said, just making budget decks isn't always good enough. I think the real key and the real focus should be for me, should be finding the best way to highlight some of these mechanics for you guys, if that makes sense. Now, this probably... This doesn't die to Firebolt, so we'll play it. And then we can play these two together next turn. But it could just get negation, or... Oh, Thieves Guild Recruit's not the worst thing.
I fear no man.
Now we're going to be able to get a whole bunch of stats down. His expertise will trigger. And hopefully we can just kind of start riding this. We have Wardcrafter if he plays like a Fighters Guild Recruit that we need to trade into. He's playing Assassin's Ritual.
My scales move in shadow.
I am utterly confused.
I hear and obey. Watch yourself. Into the breach.
Take this trade while we can. Next turn, Guildsworn Oathman will only grab a Forked Bolt. So we're only going for this play if he plays something that we're going to need the 1 damage to get through. Like if he rings out Thornhist Mage or something like that. Assassin's Ritual. I wasn't ready for that one. So unfortunately our Guildsworn Wayfarer bit the dust there, but he was on his way to doing some great things. I do kind of hope we can play Guildsworn Oathman just because I'd rather play these two together on turn 6. And that is actually something that we can hit with the Guildsworn Oathman's Forked Bolt. So that's pretty cool.
I'll see you dead. Into the breach. Into the breach.
I feel like this might be the kind of weird deck that plays the Noodle. Oh, I lost my blue guy actually. I didn't think about that. Oh well, I'll probably trade here. Trade here and then kill my 2/1. But then we have our option of double 3 to play. I mean, it was bad on my part not noticing the Forked Bolt not being in play anymore. But honestly, like I said, I still think that this was the play regardless. We're getting a 5/6 on the board. And we miss out on generating stuff, but I value the stats more than playing like just East March Crusader and hoping we drew into a 2-drop. Like I said, he's almost definitely going to trade into this. And then he's almost definitely going to curse this. Unless he has, like, Debilitate ready. Then he may go face and Debilitate. Alt for Tubman. Okay. You can kill one of my 2/1s, but you could have taken both of them off the board. Okay. Alright, so we're kind of on a timer here.
Sniveling coward, take this!
And if it's a lightning bolt, we're going to lose our 5th Legion trainer. She's done pretty good work up to this point.
We'll hold, no matter what.
Let's get the scribe out. Again, we're valuing stats, and next turn we have the Magicka to play all of these plus the dagger if we need to. So I think valuing stats is the right move. If he pulls a 2-drop, the best 2-drop he could pull would be Fighters Guild Recruit, which then we can Stormcloak Vanguard and Crusader's Assault to open our Guildsworn Oathman back up to going face. if that's the card that he pulls with Emblem. However,
Feel the
he's
night
going to have to play another creature in order to get the speed bump here.
The Black Hand sees all.
Oh, that's pretty great for him, actually. They healed 4 this turn. Healed 6 this turn. Oh, I don't care about that. That's fine. I'd actually rather you hit that than take away my extra point of damage.
Sniveling coward, take this! Ah, here it is. Take this!
We could draw a ton of cards here. Let's just do it once, actually.
Ah, here it is. Take this!
Mystic Dragon and Circle Initiate.
I'll whip them into
The
shape.
Nords must take back Skyrim.
Just take our damage to the face. So we dealt most of that damage back to him. I think a little more, actually. If he's trying to set up a debilitate, he has to just go for it, which will leave us with damage on the board. 3 cost cards. What would be the best 3 cost card for him here? Blackhand Messenger would be another good one. He could kill the 4/1 if he manages to roll that. Also depends on how many 3 cost creatures he's playing. Blackhand Messenger is the only one. Obviously, he's going to guaranteed to pull that one. But we're really just trying to find this extra bit of damage we need to get through for the finish. Which we're pretty close.
They've no move we can't anticipate.
Alright, so he can get a 3-drop. This is why I wanted to save the extra Crusader's Assault as well. Kind of just trying to play under the assumption that he's going to find he's going to find a guard somewhere.
I lurk in the shadows. Wait.
Draw a card. He sacrifices, he gets a 3-drop. And he has Galen in his deck. Which, while good for the future for him, it doesn't stop us from doing this right now. So I'm kind of okay with that.
For Ulfric Stormcloak!
I am ready to
Ah,
join
here
the
it
circle.
is. Take this!
You fight like a child.
Hold the line!
I don't think I played any actions this turn. So we're going to save this as a way of just triggering an extra 2 surprise damage.
This might be handy.
And we'll just play that for now. If any creature survives, Fighters Guild Berserker, Crusader's Assault, Steel Dagger could be a way to push for 3 extra damage, as well as an extra 2 from the expertise. So I feel like we can get a pretty decent amount of damage in this turn. Ice Storm decimates our board if he trades into the Guildsworn Oathman. And this does seem like the kind of deck that would be running Ice Storm. But unfortunately, the way our deck is, you kind of have to just play into it. He's done a great job of healing. If he's looking at trading into that, he almost guaranteed has Ice Storm.
Repel the Outlanders.
Alright, so that tells me it's not guaranteed Ice Storm. We know he has at least a Brotherhood Assassin in hand, so he could fish for whatever he may need to fish for. He can summon a 4-drop. I can't think of a 4-drop that would do a ton of great for him right now. Trader's Flame. That's good for him. Except for the part where it doesn't really take enough damage. Firebolt or something? So we might actually get lethal with Fighters Guild Berserker. Or I can just use the dagger in Crusader's Assault.
A
Or we can just go
fine
crazy with
battle.
that. So we had so many different ways for lethal. We actually could have pushed for another 3 damage, and then we had another 2 from the Fighters Guild Berserker. All told, not too bad, I don't think. Obviously, tomorrow we'll take a look at some cards that you can slot in to improve the deck. We'll take a look at some of the Skyrim decks, some of the Morrowind pre-made decks, and what cards you could slot into this to improve the deck. But I just wanted to give you this kind of baseline, just to kind of go crazy with, mess around with some expertise, some prophecy, some mobilize, just kind of highlight some of the mechanics that Alliance were brought to us in a more budget fashion. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, hopefully you guys find this deck useful and maybe a little bit fun. As always, thank you guys all very much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow with the improved version of Budget Guildsworn. See you guys then. Peace.